Tyrese Maxey, on the other hand, as much as I do not like him, he is a star. He's such a good basketball player. He is such a good player, and I honestly think that the Sixers will be better off once Embiid retires, because Maxey's a young star, and they'll build the team around him. I'm Camden from Fort Worth, Texas.
And I'm Mitch from Westfield, New Jersey.
And this is Big Apple Benches and Bleachers,
a father-son sports podcast. All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Big Apple's Benches and Bleachers. I think this is our fourth episode. Unfortunately, Camden is not joining us from Fort Worth, Texas today. It's Mother's Day weekend.
Because I'm right here.
He surprised his mom coming out to see us. And we're doing the show live together in the bar.
We are indeed, for the first time.
And this is a big night. Tell us, Cam, why is it a big night?
Where's the broom at?
It's right there.
Where the Sixers at? Enjoy Cancun, bitches. This is what we got to say.
Yeah.
Anybody who had any doubts about the Knicks, look at the last 4 games.
Right.
There was one game where the Sixers stood a chance, and you know what? It barely looked like they stood a chance. There was a small margin of time where they stood a chance. So we're very proud of our boys. OG, rest up, get healthy. Hopefully Cat is okay. His back looked a little stressful tonight for us, at least.
Yeah.
And
but I got to say, though, Deuce stepped up big time.
Oh,
tonight.
my God.
And it was like New York all went to Philadelphia. I mean, they were distraught. That was a slaughter.
You know that
was almost as bad as the Hawks.
Do you know that we scored 11 3-pointers in the first half of this game?
That
ties
was
the most
playoff record
for a first half of a playoff game in NBA history.
Well, they hit 25 threes, which was also the tie for most 3 points made in a
insane.
Playoff. Yeah. So everybody's really excited. We're really excited in New York. So we're going to talk about the game tonight. You'll talk about all the highlights because we watched the whole game.
Oh, yeah.
Next week, we'll stick with the NBA playoffs, but also we're going to talk about the WNBA because Dallas and the Fever had a big opening game, and it was unbelievable. They both scored over 100 points, which I think is a record, and Dallas pulled it out in the end, even though Caitlin missed and Kelsey Mitchell missed at the end to take it to overtime, and they couldn't get it done. I also understand that the Liberty won their second game pretty handedly today. They're undefeated now, 2-0. We'll see what they're doing next week. So we'll be watching the women. And so let's talk about today's game, because we were at dinner, and then we were going to get back for the game, but it was just ridiculous. Basically, the game was over by halftime.
Yeah. But we were up by, 25 points by half, something like that?
Something like that.
And they just kept blowing the lead wider and wider open the more we played the game. So huge shout out to the boys. We absolutely dominated tonight, and I'm really proud. I think this is the Knicks that I have known we could be all season. And so to see it come to fruition at this point, when we're about to enter the Eastern Conference Finals, we've won 8 of the 16 games we need to win a championship.
Absolutely.
This is the time for
we're peaking.
things.
The one thing I told you makes me a little nervous is 7 or 8 days of rest is great to recuperate.
I agree.
But it kind of breaks your rhythm. And, we own, because you talked about it on the way home, that this is 8 straight losses, I think, to the Knicks. We own the Philadelphia 76ers. I mean, we own them. Like the Giants owned Tom Brady, more so.
Fuck the Sixers.
I mean, we took them out. The Sixers played a good series.
Fuck Joel Embiid.
They beat the Celtics.
And
we swept them in 4. Handedly. The last 2 games, we killed them.
I was going to say, they didn't play a good series, but you meant the previous one.
I meant the previous
one. Yeah, they played shit today in this
absolutely.
series.
Well, I always say that about basketball.
Man.
Some days the rim is so wide for one team and so narrow for the other, and that they couldn't get a ball to drop.
You could have a rim that's this big, and you could have one that's like this, and it just depends on how the night is and who's playing what basketball.
Deuce just was dropping everything.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
The first quarter was over. It was like 11 to 40 or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, he made the first 7. He was 7 for 7.
What a beast.
So that's 21 points. Yeah,
also,
it was great. But as a Knicks fan, I mean, you got to love it.
Awesome. Karl Anthony Towns is finally performing to the caliber that we have all said that he could. Throughout the season, the conversation was really, can Cat be the guy that we need him to be? And I think right now he's proving unequivocally yes. The question is now, can Mikal be the guy that we need him to be? And I would also say, yes, Mikal Bridges has been playing out of his mind this series.
Yeah.
He's playing super well.
No, they're all playing very well.
And
look,
so,
Cat's supposed to be the big man in the paint, and that's what he was doing tonight. So.
And we've had a lot of problems. You heard me say it a few weeks ago, ladies and gentlemen. We've had a lot of problems with the way Mike Brown coaches this team. This series and the end of the Hawks series did not reflect whatsoever the problems that we've been concerned about with Mike Brown's coaching.
I think the middle of the Hawks series, I would say it was what you said on our podcast, but the episode wasn't out yet about walking the Hawks and everything like that.
I said it, and then it happened.
Yeah, he changed the lineup. He started moving the bigs together. He put Robinson with Cat.
The Twin Towers.
He had OG
lineup.
in there. Yeah, he was moving them around. And even though Mitchell Robinson may be the worst free throw shooter that I've ever seen in my life for a professional basketball player, he's a big guy. He can get it done.
Mitch,
in the paint. No question.
Not this Mitch. Mitchell Robinson. We love you.
Yeah.
Please put your nuts in Joel Embiid's face as many times as you want per game when we play the Sixers.
He does need to practice his free throws.
You do. Practice your free throws, and you will be one of the best big men for rebounds and on the glass.
Mike Brown changed like in the middle of the.
I don't know what.
They haven't lost a game since then.
I don't know what happened.
And I'm not talking like they just squeaked it out. I mean, they've been dropping points all over.
Dad, this is like when Jalen called for the players-only meeting halfway through the season, and then we went on a 14-game win streak because we were playing terribly, and we had lost like 8 or 10 games in a row, except for maybe one. I think it was we won not one out of our last 10 or 11 games.
Yeah.
And Jalen called the players-only meeting, and then like that, it was new basketball.
Right, but coaching makes a difference, right? Who you put in the game, who you rest, the combinations are important. And if you're doing that well, you come into the fourth quarter, you can now get your second line and your third line in there. You don't have to wear these guys down. I mean, look, Cat's back was strained. Hopefully he won't have any issue. OG maybe come back in the first game. I would guess he would be back. Still be totally rested.
8 more games.
Leaving him out tonight was a great move.
Yep.
Even if they went back to New York for game 5.
We still didn't need him.
Yeah. So, I mean.
We're going to need him We're going to need him for Detroit.
And we're going to while we're doing this?
I'm okay right now. Okay. We're going to need him for Detroit, and we're going to need him for either San Antonio or OKC. But either way, we need OG.
And I think the Spurs are on tonight, right? So Wemby.
They start soon.
Game 4.
And we're going to watch that after the podcast.
Yeah. No, NBA tip-off, they were just talking about, Wemby, and he's really kind of maturing. He's incredible. So that'll be a good series. I think the good thing for you though is living in Fort Worth. You're gonna be 2.5 to 3 hours from either
3.5 hours from
either Oklahoma City or the Spurs. So I guess you, my man, are gonna get to see some games, right?
Well, you better knock on some wood right now because I don't like that superstition. Oh, thank you.
What we want to do is either the Cavs beat, knock Detroit off, or they just at least wear them down so much that they're a wreck coming into the finals.
That's what we're
nice and
We're rooting for the Cavs throughout this series. If they want to win it, great. We'll take them. We had their number all season. If they want to wear down the Pistons for us and bring it to 7, we'll take that too. So go Cavs. We're rooting for you until you play. Until you play us.
The Cavs. I mean, Detroit has had our number the whole season.
I know, and maybe that'll happen. If we play the Cavs, then we got home court advantage next series, which is a big deal.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But I just gotta say, I'm so proud of this team. I'm so proud of the season that we're making. And I heard a stat tonight, Dad. The Knicks have not lost back-to-back conference championships in the entire period of their whole organization.
Finals last year.
Correct. And we lost to the Pacers. So that statistic, and we talk all the time about how meaningless statistics can be used to shape how things look, right? Like every game that Indiana had played against Penn State, they lost in Happy Valley. Doesn't matter because Signetti and Fernando weren't
that's
there.
Why it's a meaningless statistic.
So, but at the same time, sometimes statistics work in your favor. So we'll take them when they work in our favor. They're positive. So hopefully,
I'll grant you that, and I'll also grant you this. It was a similar team last year that lost. So statistically, you're looking at the same team coming next year and hopefully making the win. It has nothing to do with what's happened in the past, but it is tied to last
Correct.
year's team. So
because
that's different
exactly.
than Indiana.
100%.
Indiana was going to Penn State, didn't matter. None of those guys
100%.
had ever been in
I agree.
Happy Valley.
Wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
It's like these guys know what it feels like.
See, I got my Indiana Hoosiers.
And I'm wearing some Knicks.
My Knicks shirt was dirty, so
we got my Knicks playoff hat. I just got
hat.
to shout out my buddy Lance for picking this up for me at the game.
So your buddy Lance, I'm putting it out there. He's coming to visit you. So if the Knicks get into the finals,
if you
better come out.
Maybe we'll see
and hit a road trip. And they'll
see
how Dallas and you'll drive.
We'll see whether the tickets are marginally cheaper out by me. That's going to be what matters.
The game tickets?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
well,
going to be
you
what
can't
matters.
jump on Spirit Airlines anymore to get $89.
No, but you can go on Frontier and it's like $114 and they give you a chipmunk instead of a gerbil for an airbag.
Oh, perfect.
Sorry, Frontier.
Does Frontier fly out of Newark?
Yeah, they do. I think so.
They fly to
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But yeah, we've been so happy with the Knicks. They're absolutely electric. It's so exciting to watch, and we're so excited for the next series. So, boys, rest up, keep going, and
yeah, but this is Benches and Bleachers. So, are we dissecting this game at all? Do we have anything bad to say about the game? I mean, do we have anything to say?
Dad,
about how bad Joel Embiid is. And
let's
the whole
talk.
Team
Fine, let's talk about it.
But that's what we're doing, right? We spend a half an hour. We talk about sports.
All right. Joel Embiid is a piece of shit. Let's start there. How about that? It's true. It's true. He plays 30 games of the regular season every year. He sits out all the time.
Then he says he's sick.
Takes Philly's money, which great, take their fucking money. I don't care. But then he pretends to be sick or injured or whatever, and then he plays through the playoffs. And for us, for other teams, that's not a fair advantage. It gives them a disadvantage because we think we have the Sixers number all season, which, by the way, fuck you guys. We did have your number all season.
Yeah,
and
no,
we did it in 4 games tonight.
I think it's been 8 losses in Philly.
Yeah, but the point being, for other teams, look at Boston, right?
Yeah.
All season, Boston owned the Sixers. They would play Maxey, Edgecombe, Oubre. They would have good games, but it was very rare that they would get it done. They beat the Celtics in that 7-game series because of Joel Embiid. That's 100% the reason. And so
because he was out a lot of those games.
Even if he's not the one scoring, he's drawing defense. He makes people shift to him. There's reasons. So Joel not playing throughout the season, or at least a majority of it, and then playing in the playoffs is horseshit, in my opinion. Tyrese Maxey, on the other hand, as much as I do not like him, he is a star. He's such a good basketball player.
Didn't you say he came out of Kentucky?
He did. Came out of Kentucky.
Okay.
And same as Cat. And he is...
Did they play together?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
He is such a good player.
Yeah.
And I honestly think that the Sixers will be better off once Embiid retires, because Maxey's a young star and they'll build the team around him. Same with VJ, and Kelly Oubre Jr. It would be, I think they could be a lot better. Like, look, when Embiid didn't play that second game, what did I tell you? I hope that we don't play worse against the Embiidless Sixers than we did before. It's a double-edged sword, right? It's almost like they play better in the regular season without Embiid because they know how to click better, but also they have more weapons when they have him. So it's a double-edged sword.
Sure.
That being said, I don't think they played terribly this season, this series, the whole series. The first game, we blew them out. The fourth game, we blew them out. The other two, they were very tight, and they played pretty well.
The third game, we kind of ran away with it, but they were tight at the beginning. There's no question.
And the third game, the second game, they were tight the whole time.
They were just doing nothing.
Yep, and the second game, they were tight the whole time.
Yeah, I think by the middle of the first quarter, we were up 35-18, something like that, and we never looked back.
Correct.
Yeah. All right, so I think when you got a big guy though on the field, on the court, who's a star like that, it does draw attention for different things. They got to make sure he's covered. Look, Caitlin Clark's the same thing. If she's not shooting, they're getting her the ball and they're trying to double cover, and it opens up other people like Kelsey Mitchell and some of the other girls.
Yeah.
So
look at Cat.
Boston.
That's why Cat's been so good this playoff.
Yeah.
He doesn't, look at the game where he had a triple-double. The one where we scored 60 or we beat
and he had one
Atlanta by 51 points. Yeah. Cat had one field goal, but he had 12 points because he got 10 at the line, and he had a ton of assists and a bunch of rebounds. Yeah. And that works for us. Right. We like that.
That's why Cat sometimes gets into foul trouble early, because he's fighting his way in the paint.
But Cat is so tall.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
No, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Just like Wemby, right? Wemby throws lobs down the court, and he'll go from one end to the other and hit somebody under the basket. They hit a layup, and then they've scored, and it's been 2
that's
seconds.
why he has so many blocks and assists.
Cat will do that shit from half court. He just lobs the ball, and there's Mikhail to jump at a midi and hit it.
That's why Robinson's good.
Or
you can't hit it from the line.
Mitchell Robinson, he comes in flying out of nowhere. Jalen throws the ball up. We're like, who the hell is he passing to? Mitch comes soaring in and slams it in.
Did you see on the NBA tip-off I showed you? Shaq was doing watch your head. And showing Robinson slamming on
Kuminga.
Yeah,
from the last series. And Embiid.
But we won that game. So
I mean, it was just, and also shout out to Shaq for the little coffin and the dead Atlanta Hawk that was on, what was it, halftime of the game where we were beating them by 51 points at half.
Yeah.
Or 50 points at half, 40 something. We were up at 61. Yeah. And Shaq comes in, and he's holding a little coffin in his hands, and he's like singing, hallelujah. And, let's see if we can find it. It is so funny. And he's like, saying RIP to the Hawks. There's black tape over the Hawk mascot's eyes, and then he holds it over his head and starts singing about Memoriam. It's here you go.
Yeah, here we go. This is when it was 83 to 36 at halftime.
Oh, you sharing the screen?
Yeah, let me get it.
Awesome.
Let me share the screen in a second. See if we can get that. And
I love that we can show you guys these things. No, Facebook.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Share. Yeah.
Now click to.
Yeah, fair use.
It's so hard to say goodbye to our.
Oh, jeez.
Gonna miss you, Harry.
Well trained, though. Yeah, it certainly is. It is 83 to 36.
He's like,
at the break.
So hard
83 to 36 at the half. Shaq working some
giving him CPR,
resuscitation,
chest compressions,
white flag going
Shaq,
up.
we love you,
America.
Cat is listening to you, man.
To say goodbye to our.
Oh, jeez.
Gonna miss you, Harry.
Well trained, though.
Okay.
Yeah. Shaq, Cat has been listening to you, man. All the way throughout the season, you were saying things like, come on, Carl, you have the size and the power and the talent to be one of the best big men in the league, but you choose to complain and you foul too much and all these things. And Cat has been listening to you, Shaq. So we appreciate it. And,
Mike Brown's been listening to you. Didn't you also say one of the former Sixers is a coach on the Knicks, right? Maurice Cheeks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maurice Cheeks.
Yep. And I'm sure Jalen Brunson's dad pretty happy right now, too. So I'm sure they're partying it up, and then they got to decide, okay, now we got to get ready for the next level. So sweet. Yeah, absolutely. So we still got, don't break the bar.
I was just going to.
We still got about 15 minutes to talk about stuff. You want to cover some other sports, things that are going on?
So you want to talk about, go with the WNBA. We were just talking about AZ Fudd. And
AZ Fudd didn't even play. I don't think she played at all, unless it was early in the game.
Paige Beckers played.
Paige Beckers had like 25 points, whatever. But they stayed with the Fever, and it was a tight game. Now, it was the first time, at least for the season opener, that two teams scored more than 100 points.
So exciting.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. So it was 107, 104. Caitlin got a shot from the logo. It didn't drop. And then they had one more chance for Kelsey Mitchell to drop it, and they didn't get it. So they lost their opener at home.
Unfortunate.
On national TV.
Unfortunate, because
they... No, but it was look, nobody says that the Mavericks... Nobody said that the Dallas Wings are a slouch team now. I mean, they got a pretty strong stable of women who can really play basketball.
Stable is not a good word when you're referring to women athletes. That's
group of athletes.
Yeah, much better.
That are
team.
That are,
how about instead of them
pretty?
We're not saying that female basketball players are horses. Right. Please, ladies and gentlemen, don't take it that way.
Listen, the Liberty too, I mentioned before, are coming out pretty strong.
Yeah, and it's exciting. I love that there's such a big following that is growing behind the WNBA. I think it naturally brings more people to the NBA, and I also think that it's just great. But these girls are so talented. You and I know
They're airing more games this season than they've ever aired before.
Yeah, for the first time ever, a team is 100% nationally televised. Congratulations to the Indiana Fever. That's a huge, huge congratulations for the WNBA.
Well, a lot of them, a lot of people have criticized Caitlin Clark about, oh, now you're listening to her, but who cares? If it gets people involved to see all the players and to bring money to the sport and money to these players,
Dad,
who cares?
You know why people are listening to her now?
To Caitlin Clark or to the game?
Caitlin Clark.
Why?
Because she's standing on a logo while she's doing it.
Right, exactly. That's a good commercial. I like that.
That is a very good commercial.
What else is going on? You were mentioning to me some things in the NFL with Fernando and some other teams, some stuff going on.
Oh, I was just telling you about how AI was predicting Fernando's career.
Okay, so what did AI do?
AI
was it ChatGPT?
I forget which one it was. AI was saying that Fernando will win a Super Bowl like decently early in his career, and then he's going to end up with the New York Jets, I think, which RIP
can't be good,
and the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay,
but it looks like he's going to have a real. Looks like is not a good way to put it. AI predicts that Fernando is going to have a storied career. He'll be multiple-time regular season MVP, multiple-time Super Bowl MVP,
right?
Multiple-time Super Bowl winner, multiple teams, and
AI's always right.
Of course.
Right. Okay. Well, let's see how that plays out. I mean, right now they're not even in. They're not even in what OTAs they're called.
You know what AI predicted for who's going to win the NBA championship this year?
Was it the Knicks?
Yeah.
Okay, well, so far it's looking good.
So maybe AI is right.
Right, maybe.
No, the reason that AI predicts that, same reason they predict that Fernando is going to win Super Bowls is the same reason that they're predicting that the Knicks are going to win the championship. Because statistically, if you look at both Fernando throughout his season at Indiana and the Knicks throughout their season this year, we have been they both were dominant teams,
right, with
really good statistical numbers.
Right.
So
stats add up to this is what happened.
AI is saying, hey, listen, we know that Oklahoma City are the front runners. Right. That being said, based on stats, the Knicks are going to win. Yeah. So maybe that'll, maybe we'll have some positivity come out of that, but you never know. So that's exciting. I do think that it is very exciting that we just had the NFL draft lottery.
The
NBA that draft lottery. Yes, right. Correct. So the Washington Wizards now own the first pick in the NBA draft, and then number 2 goes to who was 2? Memphis Grizzlies were 3. The Chicago Bulls were 4. Utah Jazz is number 2. And thank God that the pick that Oklahoma City has from trade was like the 14th pick.
It was the 12th.
Yeah.
And that's what they ended up with.
The last thing we needed was them to get another superstar. Fuck you guys. And, it
would not be helpful.
No, it would not.
Yeah.
So, but I just need to say, while we're back at basketball for a second, I have been having such a fun time watching this team. There's something so magical about this Knicks team that just makes for an entertaining experience every time.
It's a good year to move to Fort Worth. I mean, before the playoffs, you saw more games than I was able to watch because we have YouTube TV. YouTube TV doesn't have
actually.
MSG,
You're right.
I get blacked out.
Right. So all of my NBA League Pass finally works.
Yes, because NBA League Pass does not work in your market if it's
which is, by the way, for anyone who listening, that is not well advertised. We signed up for NBA League Pass because I wanted to watch all of the games, and we don't get MSG on our YouTube TV.
Right, that's why we did it.
So we signed up for it. We paid almost $300 for the season, and there's a lot of games, so that's probably pretty reasonable when you go game per game thing. But
a local team.
If it's a local game, you don't get it on YouTube TV. I mean, on NBA League Pass until 3 days after when they re-air it.
Which who wants to watch a live sport event?
Right. So,
and you're paying for it. This isn't like your YouTube TV.
No, it's expensive.
So you should get
So it's a little frustrating. But now that I live in Fort Worth, I'm out of market for all the games. So
right. So you get to hear it.
Sucks for you.
By the way, if we want to talk a little bit about what's going on in hockey, Carolina knocked off the Flyers 4 games. They swept them. This is as of today, the 10th of May. The Sabres and Canadians are playing game 3.
The
right
Avalanche
now.
are leading the Minnesota
Colorado
Wild.
Avalanche are up 2-1. Right. Let's see.
Flyers are losing. Fuck you, Philly.
Yeah,
That's
lost.
2 series. You got swept 4-0, you dumb fucks.
That's
Go
the
burn
Hurricanes.
down your city.
And so Canadians and Sabres are tied.
The Golden Knights are leading 2-1.
They're up 2-1. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Isn't that great that 2 simultaneous series of Philadelphia teams lose at once?
Yeah, I know. Well, that's,
I bet you that a lot of Sixers and Flyers fans were crying hard tonight. Imagine watching both of those on multi-view.
Yeah.
You're watching the
That's
Sixers
painful.
get clapped by the Knicks, and then you watch the Flyers lose 0-4.
The Sixers loss was so bad that there were no Sixers fans left in the stadium. They were all Knicks fans.
Not only that, but the Knicks looked very serious on the bench, and the Sixers were like giggling and having a good time. I'm sure they're very excited to go to Cancun for vacation.
Yeah, well, maybe that's
We have a job that's not yet finished, so let's just keep working. Jalen,
go New York, go New York, go.
Go New York, go New York, go.
All right, so we will. So, okay, we don't normally do it on Sunday nights. We usually do it on Monday night. So next Monday night, Cam will be back in Fort Worth.
I'll be back in Fort Worth tomorrow, but
yes, but he'll be
we're
back
recording
in Fort
together
Worth
now
for the episode. And we'll
Correct.
record
as
our
normal.
5th episode. And by the way, you're going to see 2 episodes this week because we had a little technical problem last week with the 3rd episode. That's coming out tomorrow. And then this episode will probably come out Wednesday, Thursday. And then hopefully we'll be on a roll going through. If anybody watches, maybe our 5 or 6 friends that are watching got suggestions, we'll take them. Probably we said we'll hit maybe 2 months into the podcast. We'll start looking for some guests to bring on.
Yep.
Some friends, some people that work in sports. I got some connections with some guys that report on sports, and we have a friend who's a manager in baseball and some different things. I have a friend whose son is a reporter. He's a sports commentator in like North Carolina or something.
Okay.
So we're going to try and do different things and mix it up, but it's really just for the 2 of us to have fun talking about sports
Yep.
and sharing
Stay
our
close.
thoughts.
while
And
I'm
if you
in
think
Texas.
we're a bunch of morons and you don't like what we have to say, send us an email.
Yeah,
Post it on the
tell
email.
us you fucking suck. This is why. X, Y, and Z. Give us some
Yeah.
detailed bullet points. Maybe we'll fix some things for you.
Exactly. And this is, now you can see the whole bar today because I don't usually have that big of a screen. But this is my bourbon bar. So I got tons of bourbon back here. We got all of our stuff over here. We got Hoosiers, if you back up a little bit, the Terps, Giants,
Oh, we got
Indiana up here. And that's our tap bar. There's
got
no
some
beer
of this.
connected to it, just design.
yeah, I wish.
Yeah, and that's it. So thanks for joining us on a live joint local episode. Cam's taking a flight tomorrow at like some god awful hour, like 3:30 in the morning.
5.
5. I have to drive you at 3:30.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Welcome. I mean, thanks for joining us for Big Apple Benches and Bleachers, and have a great week, everyone.
We'll see you next week.
Go Knicks.